careful with that. Hello there.
You are so beautiful, so full of talent. I really understand why Self decided that your life should take a turn.
Yes, you're quite appetizing, but you're not here for compliments. You'll shed unnecessary baggage.
A bond that...
In other words, you'll butcher someone.
Don't worry. Luth is probably eager to meet you too. He's...
Yes. We've kept him here quite long enough. He might be getting bored.
Only if our guest has no more questions.
Who are we, dear sympathy?
Who are we, dear trickster?
No one's special. Bit like you, guest.
Don't say that. We have meaning after all. Once we were crows. I followed the path of war. I thought I was destined to serve as a...
Plans change. Incredible. You won't see Self in action. No one ever does.
Stop it. I'm getting jealous. The High Priest of Bard, one of the most distinguished to ever hold the title. He taught me many things, including that a child of Morrigan can exist. Thanks to his teachings, Trickster and I were able to survive.
You give him far too much credit. We botched the task entrusted to us.
But we also showed creativity. We transferred our essence to...
Morrigan decided we were quite the spectacle. She allowed us to continue existing.
Without a physical, tangible form. We observed the outside world through the many pairs of crow eyes it offers us.
In the House of Madness.
Stop saying such nonsense, Trickster. This is a place, dear fledgling. She let in a little light and allowed us to dwell here. Since then, we've taken to hosting talented fledglings, or Morrigan's favorites.
Favorites? Makes you wonder why war hasn't visited us in so long. Did you know that young cuckoos sometimes push other chicks out of the nest? For a moment, you'll become just like that cuckoo.
This will help you grow up a little. Oh dear. I think even Luth... He was expecting an exciting fight.
Me too.
Eventually...
Alive or...
Yes, a fight.
Finally, something interesting.
I'll keep my wings crossed.
Don't.
So you've returned. Did you have a nice nap? Was the company to your liking? I'm glad to see you're fitting in so well. Even I personally am very fond of sympathy and trickster. Sometimes I wonder if they do it purely out of spite. I hated every second of it. Sympathy and trickster are but they serve as a lesson in what it truly means to be a child of Morrigan. Even in failure, even in death. Me? Not as such. What I do have for you, you are to meet with War, the High Priest of Badb. The rest will be in his hands. That is all I can tell you. And may Morrigan's wings shield you from...
Welcome, child of Morrigan. Now you stand before her presence, ready to receive the highest honor. I went by that name once, yes? Now, you see me as the embodiment of war, one of the three holy aspects of the god. Ask your questions, child. You stand before the goddess of war, death, and destruction. I thought your time with the children would have taught you that the ends justify the means. Then you would have proven they were unworthy. If a hatchling could overcome a You would have purged all ranks, and I would have found new devotees. What do you take me for, child? A mercenary commander, serving more, and only the most faithful may stand before Morrigan's presence. Your actions are meaningless if the Corax hasn't revealed itself to you. The Corax's appearance is a sign that it's time for the children to step from... And I know the Corax favors you. Precisely. For too long, we've lurked in the shadows, preventing Morrigan from claiming. We've ruled Avalon for centuries, guiding its fate according to our goddess's will. Imagine it, child. All united under Morrigan's banner. A supreme will bring peace on our terms. Indeed, I have faith, but no certainty. And since it's you who seems she has chosen you for this communion, find out what our goddess requires of us. And I've seen it in a vision. Then listen well, and return swiftly. May Morrigan's wings.
I called, and here he is. The king, torn to shreds. Decide. The paths of self. Whispers in the shadows. Wings gliding silently on the wind. Or the path of war. The wild screech. An open assault. They die by your hand. Their paths cannot merge. You ask a crow what it prefers? Warm blood or cold carrion? All will fall into my claws. So be it. Walk the path of silence. War will not sense your blade.
What is this? You dare lie to the High Priest to fulfill self... I see through you. You blaspheme, and I cannot be mistaken in interpreting her signs. You... How dare you? How dare you let Morrigan drink your blood?
You did splendidly, my crow. Tell me, did you truly speak with Morrigan? That's surprisingly reassuring, I must admit. Honestly, I thought Morrigan was more of a myth than an actual goddess guiding us. I'm almost envious, Crow. I can't recall anyone in the history. I will guide the children of Morrigan in the way we've always known. We can focus on what truly matters. Building security, and I suggest you do the same. Act with wisdom and prudence in your decisions, so that you may and remember, may Morrigan's wings forever shield us from prying eyes. Somehow.
Halt! Bow your head when you stand before the king. Bow before King Nobody, the indomitable defender. I am King Nobody the Bold, King Nobody the Strong. I see you come from distant lands. What brings you here? Do you bear gifts for your lord? Ha! I don't believe in coincidences. The gods themselves must have sent you. No. Or my enemies. I am not sure which it is, but it's my name. I gave it to myself. I never had to ask anyone. I have a name. Don't. This is the name of the greatest ruler and warrior to have ever lived. The greatest this world has ever known. My heroic deeds are immortalized on the walls of this very throne room. I won the Battle of the Six Chieftains. I conquered the Wyrdness and defeated the beasts of the mist. I endured the trials of iron and fire and claimed the crown of the Kings of Kings. The chieftains of the five De La Rida tribes stood united against me. I faced them alone on a rocky plain with a sword. They lunged at me like wild dogs, yelling that I was not worthy. I killed them one by one. They wished to shame me, to strip me of my name and cast me out. I braved the great water on a raft made of leather and bone. I sailed day and night, and when I reached a land that had never... I went into a valley shrouded by dense fog. It wore a skull in place of a face, with 3 eyes and gaping jaws. I lunged at it and split its skull with a single blow. I was barely a child. They strapped a breastplate on me twice as heavy as I was. I could barely stand on my feet as the iron pressed me into the coals. I walked without hesitation. Everyone was cheering, and the elders of the tribe proclaimed, "You must either be blind or foolish to say such a thing. Look at all these walls, covered in the chronicles of my glory. Look at all the gold I wear." Ha! So you do have eyes. Arthur? The one who... Arthur, in whose name Camelot is... Face me in a duel. I will show you who the only true... The king is dead. I had a name. I had a name.
I sensed your approach, my king. I, Gurfan of the Gunvaldir tribe, salute you as my forefathers decreed. Ah, so you're still speaking with your own voice. Good. At least I won't have to bother with that formal drivel Camelot loves. Tell me, how does it work with the two of you? Does the king speak through you sometimes? Will he ever come out and talk to me face to face? Or either way, I've got a few things to say to him. So he won't be speaking. Well, then give my regards to the old man. Tell him the Gunvaldir tribe the same can't be said of the Camelocians. I hope Arthur's squirming in your head, seeing what his beloved capital has been up to. Normal ones, honorable. He entrusted us with the Forlorn Swords and his crown, the one he used to command giants. In return, Camelot was supposed to leave us alone, now and forever. But the Camelocians didn't hold up their end of... Can you hear me, Arthur? The treaty is rubbish. I'm rallying the tribes, and we're marching on Camelot. Nothing except ourselves, damn it. Why? He's barely gotten his life back, and not even all of it. There's a passage, sure, and if you're... Go ahead, if you think you're strong enough. Nobody's gonna stop you, but let me warn you, it's not... Well, the giants are asleep, at least on the surface. But below, what if they wake up? And if the giants weren't enough, there are still the monsters, and other surprises. If I were you, I wouldn't go in there. At least, or without the blessing of the tribes. You'd know that if you remembered our agreements, Arthur. Yes, the funny thing about our king, as you may already know, was that he was pretty sure of him. He knew he could march in there, grab his crown whenever he wanted, so he didn't sweat when he made a deal with our ancestors. He said he'd come back for his royal hat, only if the kingdom was in a dire situation, and if traditionally this was meant to be done during a moot. And I'm calling one, so we can help each other out. They won't. Our tribes aren't exactly known for getting along and gathering them all in one place at the same time. But now they've left Gunvaldir in its time of need, and they're ashamed. That's why you have to shame them even more, so that they have no choice but to come here. And if they say they won't come because, then you'll deal with a because, right? Well, I need the chieftains to come here because we have to agree on a united front if we're going to fight Camelot. And I want to make damn sure that we fight Camelot not as a solitary tribe, like hot-headed One-Eye once, but I'm worried that something might be keeping them from leaving their villages. Exactly. There's only one sane course of action, but I'll be waiting. As a Gunvaldir, an eye for an eye. There's no other way. Does that surprise you? I was the one who honored the old treaties Camelot violated. I was the one who tried to convince One Eye not to throw people into guerrilla warfare, but to organize a proper military campaign instead. If you ask me, they got scared. The giant in our village started glowing. Maybe waking up, maybe coming alive. We were glad, though the other tribes, not so much. And that's probably why they didn't lift a finger to help when Camelot invaded our lands. Us, the Dalrida, we have changed. We're a shadow of our ancestors. Well, you see, the giants for us are a bit like gods. We call them our protectors. The Dalrita befriended the giants long before Arthur ever did. There was peace between... We honor them because we believe that when they awaken, they will repay our care with their protection. What can I tell you? We're gone. Only a few of us are left. I'm still here, and so is One Eye. He's convinced he can take Camelot with a handful of hot-headed. We were brave, proud, and deeply connected to nature. Each of us bonded our... I won't tell you more than that. I don't want... King Arthur! His presence clings to you like a shadow. Your words, your actions, they carry the weight of him. The way you stand, even your damnst, the Gunvelder haven't forgotten. Betrayed by Camelot or not, but don't mistake my recognition for trust. If Arthur truly walks with you. As of now, 4. The Volker, the Svein, the Ulfra, and the Toyd. Each one with its role. The Volker were our berserkers, Mather's chosen warriors, unstoppable in battle. But Mather abandoned them. Now their rage is dulled, and they're slipping into despair. If we don't reignite their spirit, the Svein are hunters and guardians of something ancient. Forest devilry, if you ask me. Dangerous enough for us to keep our distance. The Ulfra are warriors, the best of us. Or they were. No word from their chieftain, no sign of life near the haunted keep. I fear what might have befallen them. Mages, clever but strange. Their power is they see the world differently. Useful in a fight, but don't expect to understand them. Still, each tribe carries... So, looks like fate itself decided to push you my way. But Kedrun, that's grim news. He may be blunt as a broken axe. If he sent a non-Rida in his place, then he knew he was dying, and he chose duty over pride. I won't let that go to waste, and neither will you. Truth is, I'd sent him to do the very same task I've just laid before you. Yes?
War never makes sense. It is a tool for survival. Had I refused to wage war against the Four-Dwellers, humanity would never have survived on Avalon. So if Gurfhanna declares war on Camelot, but don't ask me what I think of it. Through your eyes, I see that Camelot is no longer the place I left behind. When I gave the Forlorn Swords to the tribes of the Dalrita, a few abandoned giant caves, the occasional lone pillar, what stands now must have arisen after my time. And I must admit, I'm impressed with how they've made it their own. This is the entrance to the king's threat. Wouldn't it be wiser to draw on the wisdom of the local tribes? We must be strong and worthy to walk this path. I agree. Let's go. It's always